Well, we were in a nice suit last time.
No more!
No more suit. I gotta throw that suit off, and suddenly I'm Gray Fox underneath. Also, my face is a mask.
What a twist! How did you hide that mask under a face?
I don't know.
So what does the Gray Fox body do?
Nothing, it's just Gray Fox.
That's somehow even better.
Yeah. No special effects or anything. It's just your Gray Fox. I don't really think you need anything more than that, either. I mean, because his sword is also broken anyways, so...
Maybe if there was a Ripper mode upgrade, because, you know, Gray Fox loves the pain as well.
Oh, yeah. If you use too much Ripper mode, he freaks out and bangs his head on the ground for a while. And you can't parry while doing that.
But you're tempted to do so because you get, like, extra Ripper mode time. It drains slower. Yeah.
So one
guys,
thing...
I'm available.
One thing I really like about this little Japanese garden area is that all these guys run differently. They run like anime ninjas, so they do those really fast, rapid footsteps. It also has its own battle theme that is completely different from the rest of the game, and also, the game's battle theme is actually a remix of a song you hear a lot in the Goemon/Mystical Ninja games, because they are also a Konami property.
Of course. Wow, took you enough tries, gosh.
Oh, got him to like 4 nice like bacon strips.
Yeah, is one of the secondary weapons a mandolin slicer?
No.
Can we julienne the bad guys?
Look, for Metal Gear Rising 2, if we can get a crazy boss who has like a giant weapon that's kind of like a cheese grater or something, and he can just... Also, there's one heavy cyborg here who just meditates at the top of the steps until you get near him.
That is so great. So how destructible is the environment here? Like, can you chop down all these awesome Japanese trees?
The trees and like the folding doors and stuff, yeah.
Can you collapse the bridge? I want to collapse the bridge.
I wish you could, but you can't.
That bridge is solid, man.
But I mentioned several videos ago that Blade Mode had a really neat trick to it. Also, I like that the lights are just big stage lights, and the mountains is just wallpaper.
Oh, I thought you just really liked Gray Fox's crotch.
Oh, no. Blade Mode, because like this move here, when he swings the sword around, you can't move at all when he does that. But he's Blade Mode, right at the end of like when the sword would actually hit a guy. You can just completely cancel out of the animation. So any attack, almost any attack, like right here you normally have the flip before you can attack again, but if you just hit Blade Mode right when you hit the ground. This isn't like a bug or anything, it's even mentioned in the guide, it's just called blade canceling. This is something you could do in like Devil May Cry too, but yeah, just...
Does it maintain your combo, like the dodge offset, or...?
It doesn't, but you can do other neat things, like here...
Okay.
Normally, if you launch a guy, you throw the staff up, and then you have to catch it again, and by the time you catch your staff, the guys have already fallen onto the ground again. If you cancel out of throwing your weapon up, you can immediately go into the breakdance move again, and just continue to, like, infinitely juggle them in the air with your breakdance.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, blade canceling is really neat, and it can be insanely useful, especially in higher difficulties, because you can just cancel out of any attack where you think you might accidentally get hit or something.
Going back to the skin, I don't remember Gray Fox being so bright.
Yeah,
He looks like Booster Gold, or like a future college mascot.
Because he used to be like red and blue, and now he's blue and orange?
And he wasn't even that vibrant a red or blue, really.
No, he was pretty muted.
Yeah.
Gray Fox...
that's kind of the muddy PS1 thing, I guess, but...
Yeah, well, the thing is, lately, because they've been releasing lots of Metal Gear action figures and stuff, they have actually taken the time to redesign some older characters so they fit more with newer designs.
Okay.
So, Gray Fox got redesigned. He's more buff now, and he has a different color scheme. They also redesigned the boss, kind of. Her face is different now, a little.
Okay.
It's a little more David Bowie-ish.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Her jaw is definitely stronger looking than it was
the
before.
The world can be a little more David Bowie-ish, if you ask me.
You can climb these.
I bet there's a secret.
No collectibles, but there is an achievement.
Fuck you.
There's an achievement at the top, though.
Okay.
Yeah. It also just gets you a nice view. Because this area is pretty sweet.
A nice view of the wallpaper.
The giant fake moon.
I like the giant fake moon. I wish my job had a giant fake moon.
Yeah, you got this finial at the top, and you can cut that up for an achievement. I forget what it's called. It's something. It's a dumb joke of some sort.
Is it a Japanese pun?
No.
No, they don't really go for that in this localization.
No, they don't.
Do you think it was originally a Japanese pun?
Probably. Seems like it would be a thing.
A Japanese garden? Ugh. It is so flashy and horrible.
Not a fan, Boris? Well, to each his own, I guess.
You know, I visited a garden like that once, in Japan. The Kairakuen, in a city called Mito. Really nice. Taxi ride there was murder, though. I figured the cabbie wouldn't be able to speak English, so I gave him a map, but he still got totally lost. I think he probably got confused because the map was in English. I didn't think that'd be a problem, since it's not like the place names are any different. But apparently, the guy couldn't even read the English alphabet.
Why does everybody conform to my needs?
Whoa!
Yeah.
That seemed unlikely.
Yeah, you can do, like, the aerial stealth kills from really far away.
I think you're sneaking up on the guys so well because they're expecting Raiden, but not Gray Fox.
No, he's dead. He got scraped across the floor.
A lot!
So this isn't a ranked area at all. It is entirely. You can do this entire thing stealth and don't have to worry about fighting the dudes. Also, you might not want to fight the dudes here first time because it's 2 mastiffs and like 3 or 4 heavy cyborg dudes, all at once.
Oh, lame.
Those guys are bumping into each other.
I like that the really ninja-y area is one time you're really encouraged to act like one.
Also, I wanted to do another aerial takedown of those dudes, but the umbrella was protecting them. The prompt wouldn't appear because they were underneath the umbrella.
So it can protect you from the rain and the lightning in that rain?
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about that one, I'm not gonna lie.
It's pretty good. Also, running on the rooftops in this area makes me think of the old Tenchu games. Which made me think, are the Tenchu games good? And I tried one, and the answer is no.
No? Is this a not anymore, or just no?
Just not anymore. They're pretty clunky, and also the levels were kind of big, but on the PlayStation 1, so the draw distance was really short, and to like accommodate that, you ran very slowly.
Okay, would you like a update of Tenchu or something else that has that ninja stealth and all the cool ninja gadgets?
That'd be cool, yeah.
Yeah. I like the one sheet that you just put over your body.
I like poisoning men with rice balls. That's fun. Oh. It's that aerial takedown. Trying not to bump into this master's butt. Because it's really easy to do that because of the way his hitbox is and how he's like floating on the top of this building.
If you poke him in the butt, then you won't be able to penetrate.
Well, also, we're still in the area where I accidentally picked up collectibles, so like 2 of the men here had special arms. Also, there's some concept art right here in a chest. But now it's a ghost chest.
Oh no! There's another sort of collectible? There's ghosts too? You don't even have the camera!
There are 50 hidden boos to get with your vacuum.
Oh, but the vacuum is the weapon from the final boss, so you can't get it until New Game Plus.
My apologies, Raiden. I seem to have fallen behind.
No worries. Actually, I should thank you.
What are you talking about?
If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have gotten Jack back.
Then, that is your true nature.
More or less. Still interested?
I find no reason to alter my objectives. From the moment we met, you have acted on emotional urges. You speak of protecting those weaker than you. Such people number in the billions. It is impossible. You cannot save every human being in the world. You cannot save every street child. After extended observation, I have come to a conclusion. Your actions are rooted in affinity for those from similar circumstances as yours.
Guess so. Not much of a superhero after all, huh?
However, your emotional status is understandable. Perhaps I share this same affinity.
Well, if that's what you feel, then glad to have you along.
Roger.
Raiden, my servos weep internally whenever you kill another robot dog, though they do not have the same brain as I do. Found it! There it is!
It is. Oh,
Objective
come back.
complete!
Man, these, it just looks like it'd be so awkward to have that much armor on you. I mean, the man's like a turtle with squares for legs.
Hey guys, I'm gonna take a pee break. See you in an hour. I love how mundane the mission objectives are whenever they pop up. Walk through the garden. Find an elevator. Oh, also stab 50 men in incredibly stylish ways.
And also, like, previously when running up the building, the objective was just like, head to the objective marker. Alright, I'm doing that.
But I did it my way.
Very well done.
Oh, I mentioned before that we unlocked the machete through getting the hands. We actually got it the other way around. Concept art unlocks the machete. The hands unlock things that you don't actually get until you beat the game the first time.
Okay.
The hands get you like in other Metal Gear games where you could get like infinite ammo bandanas and stuff like that. That's the type of stuff the hands will get you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have we seen any of that? Are we gonna be able to see that on this run, or is that all being saved for later?
They don't get, even if you get all the hands, they won't actually be unlocked until you beat the game the first time. So it'll be afterwards, in like a New Game Plus thing.
Cool.
Maybe showing off Revengeance mode or something.
Here we go! Yeah!
So even out of like quick draw, you can cancel out of that really fast with blade mode.
Of course you can.
It's probably my favorite gameplay mechanic in the game, is just canceling out of moves, because you can wreck stuff so fast once you learn how to do that.
And we waited until 11 updates in.
Well, I wanted to save it for a while, because otherwise it's just gonna be, why is the screen constantly flashing blue every 3 seconds? Well, Alex, I'm just canceling it. I have to explain the dodge, but anyways, I'm canceling.
Oh, I love that they still move. They upgraded the moo.
Yep.
It's now a much angrier moo.
Yeah. I still get sad.
Yeah.
It's pretty pro move, waiting for the sound cue since you couldn't see it.
Yeah. Oh, that was actually one other thing that was not in the demo. There was no beep when you actually hit the box. And it's a really good thing that they added the beep. Because sometimes you can't actually see the box. Another thing...
Did it just poo?
Sometimes, yeah, I'll do that, or it'll, like, puke. It'll puke up the green fuel stuff. Another thing you can do with canceling is if you if you grapple to somebody, and as you're like flying towards them, you see that you're gonna get hit, you can just use blade mode and cancel out of your grapple right away. You can actually do that with light attacks with the grapple too.
Oh, okay.
It's a little faster with blade mode though.
Look out! Incoming!
Also, these shield guys, if you use quick draw with Ripper mode, you just instantly destroy them.
Nice.
Or if you have a sword that has really high attack, you don't even need Ripper mode to do that, but Ripper mode's always guaranteed.
I think... How many games have this elevator thing? It's pretty much guaranteed in every action game.
Yeah, and,
There will be a freight elevator, and there will be waves of enemies jumping you as you ride it.
Yeah. Pretty much, you see it a little less in modern action games, but yeah, if you played like a side-scrolling beat-em-up for the Super Nintendo, you were guaranteed to see that. I remember it was in like...
They carried it over to Beautiful Joe, and I've got to wonder how many Platinum games kept the tradition.
I don't think it's in Bayonetta.
Or if it skipped a few.
It's not in Bayonetta, and it might be in Vanquish. It's been a while since I played Vanquish.
Oh, come on!
I know, I got really annoyed that I missed this many times.
I'm taking your badge, you're off the LP force.
Sometimes if I miss with the analog stick, I'll just go nuts with the face buttons, but man.
Yeah, apparently.
It usually works almost right away.
Does it now? Okay.
Well, that guy was tumbling at least. The other one was just stationary.
No damage.
When I first got to this freight elevator thing, anytime I think of a beat 'em up with a freight elevator type level, I usually think of either the X-Men arcade game or the Superman, the Death of Superman game.
Or Superman, he was killed by freight.
Careful, Raiden. The elevator cannot take much more of this.
Give it some dilithium crystals, Doctor.
The platform is losing speed.
It's on fire! What do you expect? Everything on this platform is broken. It's slowing down.
Oh no, the dwarf geckos are putting on the brakes.
Do not let them block the elevator.
So you can get like, when you're going for rank in this part, you can like fight everybody and just get 1,000 points every category that way. Or if you just take the dwarf geckos out fast enough, you can just jump on that platform and get like 5,000 points just for time if you're doing like less than 20 seconds, somewhere around there.
Nice. Why aren't we doing that?
Because one of the dudes who drops has a collectible on him.
Oh.
Yep. It's the third guy who drops, this dude right here. He doesn't have an arm on him, he's got concept art on him.
Oh, he's a collector.
Yeah.
So how long can that go on if you want?
Probably about a minute and a half before it blows up and kills you.
Okay. So there's no auto. You have to cross platforms sometime or you lose.
Yeah, but it's really hard to die in that bit.
Oh, I love the way it unfolds. I don't think we'd seen that yet.
Oh yeah, his hammer?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see him do that very much, but it's neat how it unfolds.
It's the best hammer.
Also, it's a little hard to see, but when he starts to... yeah, that wing got in the way.
Alright.
Yep. When he uses some attacks, like the head of his hammer also spins really fast. It revolves for some reason. Also, it's a little hard to tell compared to other enemies, but these are Desperado Mastiffs, so they're even bigger jerks.
Oh, I hate jerks. They're the worst. They're just the worst. Jerks are the worst.
Jerks
you heard it here,
pretty
folks.
bad.
I'm gonna go on record and say jerks are the worst. You can quote me on that.
Something with this game is like you have to access that menu to switch weapons and sub-weapons. But other games of this style, like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta, there's usually just a button to quickly switch between whatever weapon loadout you have.
Even later Mega Man games. What the heck?
This game literally can't do it, because there's an interview with how this game handles, like, the dynamic cutting and stuff. These consoles are really old. They do not have a lot of RAM. A lot of memory is used in the dynamic cutting to the point that it's a trade-off to where you have to load up that menu for the game to have enough time to dump one weapon out of memory and load in another, because the dynamic cutting uses up so much RAM. When I say so much RAM, I don't actually mean that much. Because the PlayStation 3 only has like 256 megs of RAM or something like that. It's tiny.
Dang. I
Cardboard
got
Man.
more than that.
Also, the dynamic cutting isn't entirely real time. They do a really good job using particle effects to mask the fact that it's actually using several frames to calculate how an object should be cut, because otherwise it would cause the console's frame rate to tank.
So is there a chance that in this finally actually happening PC port, they could improve that? Or
If they did a really good PC port, yes. I don't know who's handling the port, if it's Platinum themselves, or Kojima Productions doing it. There's a good chance that it might be better?
But it might be dumped off to someone who just makes it run on PC, the end.
Yeah.
Which
plus
isn't all that bad, but...
As long as it's not complete crap. Platinum's had a bad history with ports. Like, well, just one port, the Bayonetta port.
The server room's ahead?
Yes, according to what I have here.
What should I expect to find? If they're VR training those brains, I'm guessing it won't look like your typical IT department.
Quite right. Most of it will likely be occupied by life support units, feeding oxygen and nutrition to the brains they have stored, you know. They would also need a server to feed them the VR data, but in terms of structure, it's really more brain storage and maintenance than a server room. But no doubt it makes a convenient euphemism for what they are really doing there.
Yeah, like how CIA agents refer to where they work as the company.
Indeed. Something like that would never arouse the suspicions of rank-and-file staff who may hear it. And I'm sure those complicit in this operation feel better not calling it the VR training room. Even something so simple as a name can help one ignore the truth of what they are doing. Truly fascinating how the human brain works.
So this, whatever room, that's where Sundowner's waiting, right? If he wants a fight, I wish he'd just get on with it. He didn't seem the type to run and hide.
Well, he is in charge of security, but I suspect this is not about business. If I had to guess, I would say he is toying with you, testing you, perhaps.
Whatever he's doing, it won't change what's going to happen once I finally catch up with him.
Look, it's a perfect gray fox.
I worked really hard in this helmet.
Have you seen Heroes of Cosplay on the Sci-Fi Network? It's terrible.
Well, you'd never see many anyways, because they'd be next to they'd be just filming all the cleavage. I haven't actually watched that, but that's what they do, right?
It's on tonight!
Alright. Can't wait!
Face Off's on too, it's gonna be much better.
Yeah.
I love that show.
What? Miss Troll? She's...
No. A spare body, if I had to guess. Likely controlled by an AI.
Alright, it's pretty cool.
So, one of the neat things... I mean, obviously this is going to be a boss rush of sorts before we get to the big guy.
Uh-huh.
Because Platinum kind of likes Mega Man as well.
Kinda. A little bit.
If you played Vanquish, you'd go, wow, that's pretty much a third-person Mega Man. It really feels like a modern Mega Man, kind of. But these guys are kind of sort of weak to their own weapon.
Uh-huh.
Like, they don't take more damage or anything, but their own weapon is really useful against them. Like Mistral, the staff is really useful at clearing out all of the dwarf geckos so they can never really annoy you.
Right.
Also, you can use blade mode canceling to fire rockets really fast. Because normally, he has to put it down and then pull another one out, but you can just blade mode cancel, he can instantly fire another one out.
Of course you can.
Also, she was swinging there and just completely missing me because the breakdance actually makes your hitbox really low to the ground, so some attacks will just whiff right over you.
Oh, yeah, I understand how the Psy would be really good with Monsoon, because he can't run away.
Right.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Also pretty easy to keep Ripper mode going. in this fight because Dwarf Geckos just constantly drop little refills for your blade mode.
Mm-hmm.
And also because you're hitting so many enemies at once with the staff, you absorb electrolytes absurdly fast. Like, you're just filling up crazy.
I'm also really happy to hear the song is back.
Yeah, they don't bring back the vocals for the refight, just the instrumental.
I suppose that makes sense.
Yeah.
For what the vocals are about.
The actual person, yeah.
And well, not just that the lyrics are, story based, but also that when they kick in, it's because you're being awesome and kicking ass and winning, and this isn't the end. So why would you get that right now?
Right. Now we gotta go get the barrel.
Of course you do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Also the refights with these guys, they actually have a little less health than the actual bosses. Especially Monsoon. He has way less health.
Oh, why does he have to be so hidey? That's messed up. He got more hide than a tannery.
Yep. That kick does not work well if he's just ahead.
No, it doesn't. What were you thinking?
I don't know! But anyways, when you got Ripper mode, I mentioned there is a way to make the barrel powered up. It's with Ripper mode.
Yeah!
Like what? Right here, tip him again, 4% damage against him, just with the barrel tip. It actually does. The barrel tip, I don't actually know how much damage the barrel tip actually does with Ripper mode, but it's a lot more than you would think. And also, what I did right there was, another reason why the Sai is really good against Monsoon is because once it's charged up, it can stun
it's another
enemies.
quick stun, so you can hit him in the nose.
Yeah. So when you're refighting him, you can get S rank for time really easily, because you can just stun him immediately, even without EM grenades.
I've got to respect a game where a boss takedown strategy is just swat him in the nose like a dog that's been bad.
Keep going, Raiden. You are almost to the server room.
Well, I'm almost there. But hey, Courtney.
Have you ever eaten a server?
Ever eaten Cambodian, Courtney?
What? That's a little random.
Apparently that's where Monsoon's from, originally. Just trying to cover all the bases.
Not sure how this could be important, but... Well, the two Cambodian dishes I know best are amok and something called pong ti con. Amok is fish covered in coconut milk and other flavorings and wrapped in banana leaves. I had it once. It's really exotic, both in looks and taste. Definitely recommended, if you like fish.
And the other?
Pong ti con? It's also known as balut in some countries. It's pretty popular in Vietnam and the Philippines, too. Well, you know how I try to keep an open mind about other countries' cuisine. But balut is definitely a love-hate thing.
So, what is it?
Well, it's basically a boiled duck's egg. But the embryo's fertilized, so there's this duck-like thing inside. I've tried a lot of odd foods in my time, but that's where I drew the line.
Don't be so picky, Courtney. Maybe it tastes better than it looks.
Okay. How about you try it first, then?
Sure. Once I'm done here, we'll all have to go out for it together.
Deal. You better make it back and keep that promise, Raiden. I'll watch you eat it, at least.
Wimp. I am looking forward to ending this, though. Wouldn't mind getting my old jaw back. Would be a little hard to eat normal food without it, you know.
You could always use a straw.